My name is Kent with Mopit, and today I am reviewing the Mopit Mid floor scrubber. As you've likely guessed, our company manufactures the Mopit floor scrubbers. Our company was established in 1980, and we manufacture all of our equipment right here in Logan, Utah. As one of the first manufacturers of micro floor scrubbers, we have spent a great many years perfecting our machines and learning what the industry wants. Our Mopit lease program, which includes replacement machines, replacement parts, squeegee blades, and cleaning solution, drives us to produce the highest quality, most reliable, and competitive machines available. One of our customers calls the Mopit Mid the Toyota Corolla of floor scrubbers. There's nothing fancy about this machine, but it is built to take a beating and run forever. Whether you lease or purchase the Mopit Mid, you are sure to receive exceptional value. The Mopit Mid isn't perfect for every application. For example, if you're looking to deep scrub high traffic areas once a week or once a month, then perhaps you should look at a disc type machine with lots of pad or brush pressure. However, if you're looking to replace mopping with something much more effective, then in my opinion, Mopit is your best choice. And now I'll show you why. With every step of the design process, the focus was reliability. As you can see, there's no fancy gadgetry anywhere on this machine. And that's a big deal, because let's say a switch goes out on you. Instead of like the competition where you've got to call in a tech and it's a $200 or $300 circuit board replacement, for example, with this, replace a $22 switch, and it's easy enough for the average high schooler to replace. In addition, anybody working on the machine can go to our website or YouTube, and we have a huge library of videos. These videos cover training, troubleshooting, and the replacement of almost every part on this machine. This machine has been designed with serviceability at its focus as well as reliability, so it's very easy to work on. Now, as far as the controls go, they're very simple. You've got your brush switch, your solution switch, and your vacuum switch. Also here in your dashboard, you have a 5/32 Allen wrench that covers most of the screws on your machine. You've got an easy adjust handlebar with a latch that we're all familiar with. You can fold it all the way up for storage and adjust it quickly as you're using the machine. Here on the back, you've got your charger plate. Your cord wraps right here. You've got instructions for the basic use of the machine that's easy for training as well. You've got your LED indicator so you can see your charging status. And then the charger, even though we've spent decades finding the best charger, it is very rare that it fails. Should you need to replace it, it is super easy. Just with this thumb screw, pop that back, and then you've got full access to your charger. One thing that is very unique in a micro scrubber are the size of the hoses that we use. Here you've got your squeegee hose, your drain hose, and your hose that goes to the vacuum motor to pressurize the tank. These are 1.5-inch hoses, the same size used on larger format scrubbers. And the big deal about that is you get far less clogging the larger the diameter of your hose. You also have to have a larger vacuum motor, which this is a large vacuum motor, provides plenty of suction. All scrubbers eventually are going to clog, and this one is very easy to handle should that happen. All you do is pop this out and then put a garden hose or flush some water down this hose, and it'll back flush out the squeegee bar, and you're ready to go. Super easy. You've got your fresh water gauge right here so you can see how much water is in the tank. Down here you've got your manual water valve to adjust the flow of the water on the floor. And then right here is your squeegee lift pedal. Very robust and easy to operate. All you do is push it down and to the left and your squeegee's up, and down and to the right and it's down. So it provides really easy double scrubbing. These back wheels, you'll notice they don't touch the floor. They're only meant for transport. So you just tip it back like that, and then you're ready to move the machine like an upright vacuum. Now here, we have got our clean out port for the recovery tank. All of our caps are tethered, so you won't lose them. but you can spray out your screen with the vacuum shutoff and just rinse out the tank. Here you've got your fresh water tank. There's also a screen here to prevent debris from getting in that tank, but that's where you add your fresh water and your soap. These tanks are very robust rotomolded plastic that we make right here in-house. It's basically unheard of to have one of these tanks fail. They are extremely robust. You'll notice down here in the front, here's your brush cover, and we have an overhang of several inches. The height of this brush hood is 4¼ inches, and unique to the competition as well is this is very handy for going under toe kicks. 4¼ inches is usually plenty low for commercial height toe kicks. So those are some of the things that set the Mopit apart. Now we're going to show you some of the inside components and serviceability, and then take you underneath the machine. Most of the mechanical components of the Mopit Mid are in the bottom half. That's a big deal because if you're a lease customer, for example, and you want a trade-out machine, we can just send out a bottom half instead of a whole machine and save on shipping. Let me show you inside the bottom tank. So to access it, just undo that latch, this latch, this latch, pull off these hoses, and then we can flip off this top tank, and you've got access to all of these components in here. You've got your lithium-ion battery right here, your vacuum motor that's easily accessible right here, and you've got your brush motor down in here, which is easy to pull out of the belt cover hole that I'll show you in a little bit. Everything is designed to be super accessible. To put it back together, it's real easy. Slide it back on and do up your latches. And here, doing your hoses and this latch. And you're back together. Now I'm going to show you underneath the machine the real mechanical stuff. Alright, so here's the underside of the Mopit Mid. Right here you've got your drip tube where the water comes onto the floor. It's very protected. You can see you've got this splash guard to keep any debris from getting there. It's completely separate from the brush cavity. So we just don't have issues with these getting clogged. On the rare occurrence that maybe they do get clogged, you can just put paper clips up through the holes, and these things are really easy to pull off without tools and replace should you need to as well. So very reliable water delivery system. Now to replace your brush, you just get your Allen tool from the dash plate and undo these 2 screws on the idle bearing plate, and it's real easy to pull off this brush. Again, all of this stuff is high-grade aluminum. This is all powder-coated aluminum. You got your big chassis plate under here. These are just built to take abuse, because they often do, especially with lease customers, but they last a long time. Here's your idle bearing plate, and then to pull off your brush, just pop it right out there. You can see you've got an all-metal drive. We use a 3/4 hex to drive the brush. And to replace it, just slide it on like that and slide this plate right back on. You do have a deflector wheel here in the idle plate that helps protect your walls. On past machines, we used wing nuts or thumb screws on this plate, and we found that just using your standard countersunk screw is much better. You don't have the thumb screw wings breaking off, and it's just as easy. Okay, now let's move down to the squeegee assembly. Again, every portion of the squeegee bar is metal, high-grade aluminum. It is super easy to replace the squeegee. I'll show you in just a second. But first, let me talk about the rubber that we use. The industry standard, the premium rubber, is called Linatex, which it's very effective, it's very good. we've chosen to go with a different material called Primatech. Primatech we have found to outlast Linatex and Tangum rubber, all of those rubbers. It's unique in that it has a slippery surface to it. And when we first tried it, I didn't think there was any way it would perform as well. But the slickness on that rubber makes it last twice as long as our other squeegees. And it performs every bit as good. It's been a terrific rubber. And so it's unique. I would choose it any day over Linatex. To replace the squeegee, it's really easy. You just have one wing nut back here on the back of the squeegee bar. And after that comes off, so there's your wing nut, then this whole thing just pops right out. So there's your squeegee blade. To replace it, just put it in the dowel and screw holes like that. And then you'll notice you've got a dowel on the end of your insert. And so all you do is wrap that squeegee around and put it up in the dowel hole like that. And you're back right in. And then just attach your thumb screw. There we go. I don't know of an easier way to change a squeegee blade than that. Very simple. These white wheels on the side, these deflector wheels, they need to be replaced probably every 6 months to a year. And again, your same Allen tool will replace those for you. Now down here farther, you've got your robust squeegee assembly, all metal, 1/4 inch stuff. Now you'll notice in the main drive wheels, there's a couple of holes here. This is another area where we add value in that as this brush wears, you can adjust with the same tool, you can adjust these screws and lower the wheels to get more deflection off your brush. So it allows you to, as the brush wears, lower it down and get maximum life. Most customers get about a year out of a brush. And again, they're 75 bucks, way lower than the competition. Okay, now here you've got your solenoid. It's completely waterproof. Gravity-fed system is by far the most reliable, much more trouble-free than a pump. And this is all gravity-fed. Now I'm going to step over to the other side here and show you a couple of other things. So right here, this yellow canister is our fresh water filter. It's big and it's effective. So in addition to your fill port screen here, you've got another filter to keep things clean. So to clean it, you just pop off that silicone hose, pop out the bottom part of the yellow, and then just untwist it like that. And there's your filter screen. Big, lots of surface area. Very rarely needs to be cleaned. But it keeps all the water going through the solenoid clean so that you don't damage that solenoid diaphragm. Put it back in, it's really simple. Again, these are all custom-made parts. It's hard to find filters this big with that much surface area that are still relatively compactly housed. And you're ready to go. The other part I wanted to show you is behind the belt cover. So again, you're using your same Allen tool. And just loosen up these screws. Okay, so here you see the drive system. You've got a ribbed belt. These things never fail. They go and go and go and go. They're well protected from the water, and that is how this machine is driven. Now, in the very rare occurrence that you need to replace a brush motor, you can do it right through this cavity. So you'll just undo those screws, and this whole assembly pulls out from this side, and you've got easy way to replace that brush motor. So again, serviceability is top of mind with every part of this machine. All right, now let's go ahead and take this machine for a spin. All right, to fill the Mopit, you can use a quick fill hose that we offer, or you can get our hose and spray nozzle. This is the quick fill hose. You'll just undo your fill like that. Start filling it up. Now, as far as soap goes, we formulate our own floor scrubber soap for the Mopit. It's nice because it's pre-portioned. Just tear it open, and that's the exact amount you need for a full tank. We do not require you to use our soap. You're welcome to use other soaps. They do need to be low foaming, and we won't even void your warranty. So you're not locked into our soap, although it is the best on the market, in my opinion. All right, so you just tear this open right there. Pour it in the tank. There you go. All right, with soap and water in your tank, we're ready to go. To start, it's really simple. Just turn on all 3 switches and walk. The only time you leave water on turns is if you turn really sharp to the left. Then you can leave a tiny streak occasionally. I've never found a floor scrubber that picks up more completely than the Mopit. And again, part of that is because we use a spring-loaded squeegee bar. It allows us to use 1/8" rubber instead of 1/16" rubber like the competition. And so we get more life out of our squeegee bar, it performs better, and the replacement of our squeegee is only $17.50, and so it's very economical. I just love the 0 turn radius of the Mopit. So easy to get around and maneuver. Does a terrific job. Now if you have a really soiled area or greasy spot, then you'll want to do what's called double scrubbing. Double scrubbing is especially important in a kitchen where the floor is greasy because the soap needs some dwell time on the floor to break down the grease. So to double scrub, all you have to do is slide your squeegee pedal over. You can cut off the vacuum switch if you'd like so that you save on battery, and then just make a couple of passes. Again, this allows the soap to have dwell time on the floor and really increases the scrubbing performance. When you're ready to go back to normal scrubbing, just move your pedal down and flip on your vacuum. All right, now we'll go ahead and show its performance in a hall and in a couple of corners. All right, so when you're coming into a tight spot like a corner, it helps to make your handlebar as upright as you can to reduce the depth of the machine. And then the Mopit will clean to within about 1 inch of your baseboard. One of the nice things about the cylindrical brush is this machine has no transmission, but because the brush is pulling it along, it makes it effortless to push. I mean, a child can move this machine. It is so easy. 0 operator fatigue. Just easy peasy. Here are the specs for the Mopit Mid floor scrubber. The cleaning path is 16 inches wide. The fresh water tank capacity is 4.75 gallons. The recovery tank capacity is an amazing 7 gallons. This gives you a full 2¼ gallons for foam head or for extra water that you're picking up on the floor. The gallons per minute flow rate is 0.145 gallons per minute, which, if your water is set at the highest flow rate, gives you 32 minutes of water time. The brush speed is 1250 RPMs. You can clean 15,500 square feet per hour. The dry weight of the machine is 93 pounds. The vacuum motor is a 24-volt, 2-stage. The advertised runtime is 60 minutes. The actual runtime is 60 minutes. It uses an onboard battery charger, and it uses a 24-volt lithium-ion battery. The cost of ownership, MSRP on this machine is $3,599, and that includes free shipping. Squeegee replacement is $17.50. Brush replacement is $75. Battery charger replacement, $122.50. And battery replacement is $499. For the pros and cons, the pros. Cost of purchasing the machine is very competitive. Cost of ownership is the lowest of any machine I've reviewed. Unmatched customer service, easy serviceability, huge video library that covers training, troubleshooting, and the replacement of almost every part on the Mopit. Exceptional maneuverability. From the onboard charger to the tethered caps, everything is built into the Mopit. This reduces the likelihood of losing parts. For the cons, this machine does not pick up in reverse. For heavy-duty scrubbing, you will need to use the double scrub feature. This marks the end of my review of the Mopit Mid floor scrubber. The Mopit Mid provides good cleaning performance, excellent squeegee performance, and excellent maneuverability. This machine is built to handle the rigors of high-traffic commercial environments. The cost of ownership, reliability, and ease of serviceability of the Mopit Mid are unmatched. For more reviews like this one, please visit our website, scrubberreviews.com, and put down in the comments other scrubbers that you would like us to review.